let me go ahead and show you how to use these scenes. So this is the place you'll probably spend the most amount of time in. Just go ahead and create a new scene. So when you first open this up, you will be curious as to why there is literally nothing here but an empty room. And this is where all of those different things we just touched on, the props, scenes, and figures, will actually come to use. So just to give you a slight breakdown, just to give you a quick breakdown, here you have frames. You can actually have multiple frames and pose out your entire Pic Fed or an entire match or an entire segment here. Like just right here, you can do it. And then sift through, go back and edit it, save it for later so you can finish at another time. It's actually really, really convenient. And I just wanted to kind of give you, a rundown of what everything does. So yeah, first things first, new frame. So this just allows you to create multiple frames. You can see here. Then I can go and sift through those different frames. All of them are the same right now. All right, so back down to one frame. As you can see, I was just using next frame and last frame to navigate those frames. And then this play sequence is once you have multiple frames, you can actually play the frames from frame 0 all the way to the end, so you can see how those frames look. So that's helpful if you're doing a match or something and you want to just make sure a move looks right or a spot looks right, whatever you want to do. Next, you have update frame. This is the most important thing. Always update the frame after you make changes, because updating the frame sets it in the frame list so that once you go back to that frame or reset or whatever you do, you don't lose your content, because otherwise you'll lose your content if you don't update the frame. And the frame, it'll grab the camera angle at wherever you're at. So if I'm right here and I hit update frame, if I went and made a new frame and I went back, you can see where the camera angle is on this frame. So always just be aware of updating the frame, because this is very, very key. Next thing you have is duplicate frame. Self-explanatory, just duplicates the frame that you're on. So now we have 2 of that same frame. And we'll go ahead and delete those frames. And delete frame. That was the next thing I was going to show you. It just deletes the frame that you're on. Take a screenshot. Goes ahead and takes a screenshot of your current setup, and it stores it in a folder, which I believe it actually tells you what folder it stores it in as well. On the, like, if you have the build of the game, I think it tells you where it stores it at. Then you also have screenshot all frames. So this will take all of your frames and screenshot them one by one. And then we have jump to camera. So let's say if I'm modeling, right? And I haven't hit update frame, but I want to go back to the camera that I was at. I can hit jump to camera, and that just takes you back to the original camera of that scene or frame that you're in. We have depth of field, which will just blur things out for right now. Just changes focus. I actually want to adjust this a little more because it's a little finicky at times. And then we have light. So as it states, it just toggles the light on the model, like the room light toggles that on and off. So yeah, let's cut it back on, and let's actually bring some figures in here. And let me show you how this is, like the crux of the system. Let's show you. So first things first, we have managed setup here. What I want to do is actually bring a setup in here. So let's bring in that setup we created, which is the Wolfpack AEW setup. So as you can see by me hitting it, we now have it in the scene, which is looking nice. Like it really bounces off the chair really nicely. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to add a figure. So let's go ahead and let's do Andrade. Yeah, let's do this Andrade figure. So as you probably noticed, I chose the figure, but I can't see the figure. That is because you must activate the figure first. So I activated it just by clicking on the left. That showed that I wanted this figure to be visible in this frame. And now comes the posing part. Now I'm using the arrow keys, WASD, to look around along with the arrows. Wow, that Andrade is pretty cool. Cool looking. You kind of see seams on the texture of it. Aside of that, man, that's nice. So to edit Andrade, we'll actually hit this edit button, and you will see this. And you're like, okay, what is this guy with all the dots? Anybody who has edited anything and mark out, you're already aware of how this works. But people who are not, these are to click on the body part that you want to edit. So you can click on, let's say, the head, and then you'll get this box where you can adjust the rotation of the head. And this is how you pose your figures. So I'm going to leave that there, that rotation. I like it there. And let's bring him up. So to move the whole figure, it's this one in the middle. Is it the green or it's the blue axis to move him up? Okay. So that moves him up. We're going to just drop his head back down. Because let's say we want to make him, look towards the hard cam. For whatever reason. And you can see this is not really hard. I mean, I think once I put the axes in here so you all know exactly where you're rotating every time, it'll speed up the process a lot, make it a lot faster. But you can see this is all I'm doing. It's like you're playing with an actual action figure. Choose a body part and you rotate it around. Chest. Make them chest out here. Let's say want him to do that. Let's say we want to go ahead and give him this is cool. I've got some different hand signals you can do. So let's give him fist. We'll leave the other arm at rest, but let's just go ahead and bring it forward a little bit because of the position of his upper body. We want it to dangle a little bit. All right. So let's also rotate this to be going internally. And then let's turn him this way. Turn his head this way. That's pretty cool. Let's close it out. Let's update the frame so we don't lose it in case I make a mistake, click something like I'm prone to do. And that's cool. So what I can actually do is I can hit F12 and that takes the screenshot inside of Steam. So that'd be pretty cool. Now let's try with the depth of field. Let's see if we get him, if we can focus on him. Depth of field on. Come on. We get him a little bit. We get him a little bit, but not a lot of bit. Okay. Yeah, see, depth of field is kind of touchy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm sure as I adjust, it'll get better and better. Another one. Oh, this is a really nice one. So with it being backlit, you can really see the figure stand out in the light. You can see it a lot better. So let's go ahead and let's duplicate this frame. And then let's move him back. Okay, so yeah, so this is so this is Andrade right here. But let's see something else. I actually have another scene that I set up with Finn Balor and MJF. So let's see if we swap this out. There we go. Huh, did I not save this in? It's possible that I didn't save it. Yeah. I'm thinking I didn't save it. But it's cool. Cause all it was him here. And this is the cool thing about this is opposed to if you were using physical figures. Opposed to using physical figures, I can just easily swap a figure out. So let's say if I was making a match and it had MJF and Andrade. Okay. Oh yeah, this reset because I didn't update the scene. So when you switch out a model, you have to update the scene there. I might switch that. I might switch that just because I know I just forgot. So if I forgot, I can only imagine that other people might forget as well. But yeah, so it's pretty cool because if let's just say this was the match I wanted to have originally. That's weird. I know why I did it. Just gotta fix why I did it. Why I did it is because MJF was the selected wrestler. After I did this one, this was Finn Balor when I switched it. But yeah, so let's say if Andrade and MJF was the match I wanted to record, but then for whoever knows why, MJF cut all his hair off in the midst of me recording, and let's just say it was taking me a day or two to actually record the match. And he got his hair cut like 2 days after I finished, and maybe I didn't want to release the video yet. Instead of you losing all of your progress or having an outdated video because you don't have MJF's updated hair, you could just come in and swap the hair out or swap the figure out, and it would keep all of the same poses. So it makes everything a lot more modular because that allows you to just really do it on your time and at your pace. So yeah, just do depth of field right here, clear it out, and that is looking nice. That looks nice. That looks nice. You can even go in here. Let's just say we wanted to just angle the head down. So like I said, I've noticed a few things I'll be making tweaks to soon. I built this out in like 3 months basically. So I know there will be things that I need to adjust, but I just wanted to go ahead and get it out there, see if there's even a market for it before I start putting too many more resources into it. Like I don't like that it always moves the camera. Like every time I select something, it moves the camera. That bothers me. I can easily just put a toggle in and stop that from happening. So yeah, I'll fix it. I'll get it fixed. But yeah, look at that. Then I can go ahead and I can take a picture of it. I can update my frame. And we're good to go. So hopefully that explains how the system works, because I know it's a lot of different factors, a lot of different things, and I know it can be kind of confusing. I try to do my best to explain how these different things work, but if you have any questions, just feel free to message me at any point in time. I'm at Pic Fed Evolution on Instagram and Twitter, and yeah, I'll answer any questions that you have. Hope that you all enjoy it. I mean, just go crazy, have fun, mess around with it. Tell me what things you think should be adjusted or changed, and I'll try to make it happen. And that's all I have for the video. Thank you. Peace.